Hey, it's Sam here, and welcome to this demo of Webinar HD. This is a new webinar software that will replace, say for example, GoToWebinar, where you pay monthly fees to carry out your webinars. This is available at a one-off cost, and it's very, very comprehensive because it's got a number of firsts that I've seen in a webinar software. Now, I'll quickly explain those before we get into the demo. Okay, one of the firsts that this does is dynamic sort of webinar. So instead of just the presentation on a screen or whatever, there's different types of ways you can display. You can do masterminds on this, you could do one-on-one interviews, you could do different side-by-side, and then your standard presentations as well. Now, as well as just streaming to your registrants, you can actually stream live to Facebook and YouTube with this too, which is very, very cool indeed, helping you capture beyond, just your registrants. Let's take a look within the software. I'm going to quickly walk you through how to create a webinar, and then we'll take a look in the dashboard as well, so you can see what it is sort of like when you get into the webinar side of things. So this is the main dashboard. Quick start, as you can see, instant webinar, live webinar, forever webinar. I could choose any of those to jump in very quickly, or I can just simply click new webinar. Up here, I can choose the same stuff as well. So let's just go an instant webinar just to get started. Now I can choose a date, so I can a webinar name for a title, so I'm going to call this the Sam Demo Webinar. Webinar title as well, I can call this the same. Okay, webinar start date, I can choose it from the calendar, so I can make it tomorrow at 11 AM if I wanted to. Okay, webinar description, I'm going to put in demo description here. Okay, what I can do is allow a webinar replay as well. Okay, so it will have a replay room for your registrants, and I can put in a custom buy button. So I can put in a URL if I want to, where people can buy, say for example, a sales page or even an affiliate link. I'm going to click on next. Webinar presenters, I can add myself in. We'll just put in an email here, and the bio, I can just write Sam is doing a demo. Okay, I can see if it's a moderator or a presenter, and I just simply click add. I can go through and add in another person, demo at demo.com, demo, and add them in as a presenter as well. And you can see the presenters showing up here on the right. From here we can brand our webinar. I can upload a logo to put in our webinar so we can see the description, Sam Demo Webinar, October 30th. I can change out the color codes if I want to, so you can see it's purple at the moment. We can change out the hex code to do whatever we want. We can do custom videos for registration, so it'll be like a welcome page, a thank you page, and waiting for the broadcast, something to fill in their time. Okay, you can do different tracking as well, and a custom thank you page for after they have registered. If we go in here, we can toggle the notifications on and off, whether we want them to send out reminders a day before, 1 hour, 15 minutes before, simple as, and who they will reply to. Once you've done that, within the webinar room, you can actually upload your slides to go into your webinar. So you can upload them as a PDF or as a slideshow. PDF seems to be the way to go, judging by the training materials within this software. And you can also import your registrants if you've already got registrants on another platform. Say for example, GoToWebinar, you can import your list and register them for this webinar. You can also allow attendees to be able to chat together with each other. Once this is all done, we simply create the webinar. And that is done. So I've got the invite link. I can share it instantly on Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+. Okay, so I can email that out as well, or go about promoting it like I typically would my own webinar. Now, if I go into my webinar dashboard here, if I click here and I click this power button, this opens up the pre-room before the webinar starts. Okay, so we've got one admin member. You can see I'm in there. We've got no attendees, obviously. I can share my screen. It's a Google Chrome extension to be able to share the screen. We can do side-by-side. We can do interview style. We can do a 6-person panel like a mastermind. All those different things, and we can just start the webinar when we are ready. Okay, as you can see, I can turn on my microphone. I can turn on my camera too. On my webcam, and I can also go about going into the chat box, public and private too. So it's a real nice little layout here. It's very easy to be able to use. Now, being able to stream live on Facebook does require you to use a stream key on Facebook, which is actually quite easy to do. If you go into Facebook, in fact, there's a really good explanation on how to do it from these guys as well. However, if I want to go live video, say for example, looks like my internet's going a bit slow here. Typically there is a way to get a stream key, so this will probably open up my camera. If I click connect here, yeah, so we use a stream key. You can use that within Webinar HD to hook up and stream live on Facebook as well, and you can do it on YouTube too with the front end version. So you can go out, do your webinar live, not only on Facebook but on YouTube as well, and to your attendees, do your webinars all in one place. Now the dynamic part of the webinars is the way it's presented. So you could do a mastermind with 6 different people on screen. So I'd encourage you to check out the materials down below on the bonus page for a bit more information on how that side of things looks, because I can't just hold 6 different types of webinars for this demo, sadly. So that should give you a good idea of what it all looks like as well. My personal opinion on this, very, very cool software. Looks very, very cool. I like the Facebook Live and the YouTube Live aspect of it, because that is definitely going places in terms of getting rankings, getting in front of people's eyes as well. And then I also really like, if I go back into the software here, I really like the UI. I like the simplicity to be able to set up the webinar and even run the webinar as well. So I'm going to put on the little demo from the Webinar HD team to show you through the whole Facebook side of things, just so you get a bit of a clearer picture on that as well. It's a really good video, and then I encourage you to check it out in more detail down below on the bonus page.
Hey, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can go live on a Facebook fan page using Webinar HD. The first thing you need to do is come over here to Facebook. You're going to go up to Publishing Tools. This is on my Facebook fan page. And then on the left-hand side, I'm going to select the Videos section. Right over here to Videos, click on that, and that's going to bring you over here. You want to click Live right here. And that's going to bring you to this screen. Now you can either click on Camera or Connect to make sure that you're selected on Connect, and you're going to see this screen right here. These are the important URLs that we're going to need to grab in just a moment. I just want to make sure you pay attention to that. Now before we do that, I'm going to come over here to Webinar HD. I'm going to go to Live Webinar because that's my goal, is to do a live webinar. Here I'm going to do my basic configuration, putting in my title, putting in my date. You'll just fill all of this in. You do need to select a future date, so I'm just going to fill this in quickly. And then coming over here to description, next is the next thing you want to push. And then if you are inviting other presenters, you'd fill this out, but I'm not, so I'm going to go ahead and click next. That brings you to your branding page where you can go ahead and put in your logo and all that good stuff, and then click next. And then we'll come here. This is another section you can go ahead and fill out, and then click next. Bringing you to where you can upload your presentation if you have any. You would go ahead and do that now and then click next. And this is the screen that we wanted to get to, the live screen. So now I'm going to go back over to Facebook, and I'm going to grab this top URL, and I'm going to copy it and paste it right here at the top of Webinar HD section. Come back over here and grab the second one, or the stream key, and put that in as the stream name. And that's what's going to allow me to go live on Facebook. I'm going to click next and create. You can see, congratulations, it's been created. I'm going to go to my webinars. Over here, I'm going to select the bottom one, which is the one I just created. Go ahead and click this button. It'll take me into here. And I want to come back over to Facebook, and this is where I'm going to fill in my information for my Facebook Live. So I'm going to say my live, Webby. I can go ahead and just copy this, put it in my title, and then I'm going to come over here to schedule. Remember, you do need to schedule it for some upcoming time. And once I've scheduled it, just schedule it for whatever time in the upcoming. You can also upload an image here if you want. Then I'm going to click schedule. I'm going to come back over here to my page so you can see what I've scheduled. This is again my Facebook fan page. And you can see that my live Webby has been scheduled. Now, since I don't want to wait for that time, I want to go live now to show you that in this demo. I'm going to go ahead and click right here, go into Edit, Post. And in the Edit section, this is where I can do a manual start. That button's right down here. I'm going to go ahead and do a manual start because I want to do it immediately. You do need to make sure that you read this. It's going to say go ahead and click OK and the Go Live button. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Click OK. And back over here in Webinar HD, you can see that I'm going to start my webinar. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and give you something fun to look at. This is my Facebook Live demo for Webinar HD. And then I can just select what layout I want here. I can go ahead and turn my camera on, and you'll be able to see me. Oh, in just a second, let me switch my layout so you can see me. There we go. Now there I am. Hey! So this is how we do the Facebook Live. Now you can see me right there. This again was for demo purposes. You can pull out your admin panel and change whatever you want in there. And then back over here. So now you can see this is a preview. So this is what you'll be seeing so that you can kind of check and make sure that your camera's in the right position and all of that good stuff. And then I'm going to go ahead and click Go Live. And this is when it's official. I click Go Live. There we are. Now you can see that this is timing. You can see in the upper left-hand corner, you can see how long I've been live. I can click right over here because I want to show you the results right here on my Facebook fan page. And there you can see my live session. So I actually, using Webinar HD, went live on Facebook. A great way to grab lots of visitors.